I haven't done one of these in a while, and I figure since I've painted 4 more figures for my Trench Crusade Warband, printed by my good friend Sad Daddy Prince, I would go ahead and do the nerdy thing, and tell you some stories, somewhat off the cuff, about the small action figures I painted for a tabletop children's wargame. In the war against hell, there are many who hear the still, small voice of the Lord. Some decide to follow it, and others decide a different path entirely and try to listen. One of these people is War Prophetess Shione Smythe, known affectionately as the Cast Iron Bitch of Antioch. War Prophetess Shione, from a young age, knew she was destined for something greater than being the daughter of a low, up-jumped nobleman due to his service in the new Antioch armed forces. Hearing the still, small voice of the Lord, Shione, from the age of 6, knew that one day she would meet her death, staring down a large, demonic creature, armed with a hammer. She told her father about these dreams, and he would say things such as, "Shione, you will take over my estates one day. Go think of more simple things. Go learn some economics, and learn from your mother how to be a good wife, and bear us many children, that we might become proud grandparents, and our lineage will continue into the future." Shione began to disregard her father more and more, and at the age of 13 her dreams became more vivid, dreaming of bearing a shield crafted from the doors and pews of a long, destroyed church, and finding the hammer in the middle of the desert, in a location only she would know. Shione told her father again of these dreams, and was again told to focus on more terrestrial matters, and to ignore the voice that surely must be a result of being kicked in the head by a horse when she was 2. Shione knew that she was hearing God, and that God was calling her to serve. One day, the still, small voice of the Lord became the very active, very loud, very angry voice of the Lord God, and he commanded her to go forth from her house. Wearing a simple robe, she set forth. Traveling from New Antioch, she found her way into the desert, and at the age of 20, she found what she was looking for, a long, discarded anti-tank hammer. Strangely ornate, perhaps belonging to a dead clergyman, Shione hefted the warhead, and saw that it was a strange and different armament. Coated with red paint, it meant only one thing. It was carrying unstable chemicals designed to immolate demonically tainted flesh. Taking a deep breath, Shione found, throughout many years, armored pieces to put upon herself to make her more resilient to the enemy. And the whole time, the now even more active, even louder, even angrier voice of the Lord God would tell her, "You will deploy this when I tell you, and not a moment sooner." Fending off a werewolf in the year 1913, Shione would lose her eye to its claws and biting teeth, and managing to kill it with but a knife, Shione fell almost to the temptation of deploying her weapon too early. And again, the loud, active voice told her, "Do not deploy this until I tell you. You have a great path ahead of you. You must listen." Gathering a warband consisting of a somewhat outcast castigator father, likewise armed with a hammer, a former Crimson Brigade communicant, somehow on his own out in the battlefield, and even an alchemist of the Iron Sultanate, Shione continued her quest across the battlefield, lending aid where she could, picking up even more allies where she could as well, and contributing to the war effort as a source of comfort and a source of extreme bravery. In the year 1918, on the battlefields not too far from where she was born, Shione would see the death that was approaching her. A gigantic amalgamation of flesh and steel and decay, made by the Black Grail itself. Shione took a deep breath and expected to hear the thunderous voice of God commanding her forward. But the voice returned to being still, quiet, and small. Reassuring her, it said, "My child, it is time. Do what you were made for." She would charge the gigantic monstrosity in suicidal fury and frenzy, and would meet her end, destroying the giant abomination with her, and saving the lines of New Antioch from absolute destruction. There was peace in that sector of the battlefield for 30 days. A peace that could not be explained other than by the sacrifice of Cheyenne Smythe, war prophetess. And that's all I have for now. Figured I would just do that while I was inspired to do so. If it gets popular, maybe I'll do some more like this. But for those who are watching, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.